Good evening, everyone. It's Dr. Jen Kordonsky at Optimal Spine Chiropractic coming at you live tonight. And this class is New Year, New You. It's about making a plan to slow down or reverse aging this year. Aging is the process of wearing out and breaking down parts of your body. And you probably believe that it is an inevitable fact of life, that there's little to nothing you can do about it. And how you age has a lot to do with your genetics and, what's going on in your family history. You probably feel like every year that passes is just a step towards the inevitable, right? Each year just a little slower, a little tighter, a little weaker, a little less healthy, and it just, is creeping up by increments, right? This is what we see and we hear all around us all the time. So it's really hard to buy into anything else, right? It's a message that's being repeated over and over and over, and we see it happening in ourself and in our family and friends. So we come to think of this as normal aging. I want you to disrupt this thought pattern for a minute here, though. And I want you to think about something. You can Google images of twins that one was a smoker and one was not a smoker. Or one was an avid tanner and the other was not. And you can see striking differences in their faces of identical twins because they had different lifestyle factors, right? They did different things to their body. Their genetics are exactly the same, but yet they had different aging happen in their body. Different diseases happen in their body. I also want you to disrupt your thinking and realize or look into the phenomenon of blue zones in the world. Blue zones are places in the world where people live very long, very productive lives, and they're very active and doing things that they love to do well into their 90s, and people live to 100 or more very frequently. The thing about the blue zones is that they are disappearing. I want that to sink in. The blue zones are disappearing, not because people in those regions have different genetics than they did from the generation before them. It's because lifestyles are changing. Those areas, we have more and more global impact and travel, and so the lifestyle of the Western world is getting into those more remote places that used to be where people were living very long and very healthy lives. So I want this to sink in, that lifestyle is far more influential than genetics when it comes to aging and disease. And we get to see it every day in chiropractic. I see people that are over 60 years old that have been getting adjusted for 10 years or more and putting energy and effort into building their health. And we do their re-exams and we literally see that they're making improvements every year. So most people would assume that flexibility, posture, range of motion is incrementally decreasing over time. And I can see evidence in our own practice, in the people that we get to see in real life, making that not true, doing the exact opposite of it, because they're intentionally going out of their way to tip the scales in their favor. We all start out life growing, right? That's the main, we go from teeny tiny to full grown in a fairly short amount of time. So we spend the first part of our life in growth, and growth goes hand in hand with repair. Now, every day of our lives, every second that we're using our bodies, that we're breathing, that our heart is pumping, we're experiencing wear and tear and breakdown. So in the beginning part of our life, we've got growth and repair far outweighing the breakdown and wear out that's happening. And then once we're done growing, we should be at kind of a balance point where growth and repair, or mainly repair, is happening in an even keel with breakdown and wear out. But unfortunately, just the way we live normal modern lives actually tips the scales to where we're doing a bit more wear down, breakdown than repair. We don't sleep enough, we eat crappy foods, we don't get adjusted. we don't move our bodies the way we're supposed to. We have sedentary jobs. So the scales are tipped to where the breakdown and wear out is outweighing the repair. So what happens is you're accruing a little bit of damage every year. Things aren't in balance, so it's a little more damage, a little more damage, a little more damage, a little more damage. So eventually what happens is we start to see and feel the effects of those scales even being just slightly out of balance. So then we say, oh, see, look, I feel this way. I see this on my body. I'm noticing this about the way my body works. And we go, everyone was right. I'm this many years old now, and therefore I'm going to have these experiences. Now I'm old, right? And then once you accept and believe that as the truth, then your body is very happy to just keep reinforcing that for you. And unless we intentionally take those scales and tip them in the other direction, or at least get them balanced, then yeah, it's just going to keep happening. There's no such thing as too late. It's just start now. Surely it would have been better to start years ago, but the best time to start is right now. So you have to be intentional in taking actions that help balance the scales, encouraging things that help and facilitate healing and repair in your body, and trying to keep to a minimum the things that are causing the wear and tear and breakdown. Now, certainly, some things are completely out of your control, right? Just breathing is going to generate free radicals in your body. You're not going to stop doing that, right? So there's things that are within our control and things that are out of our control. And there's three main categories that I want you to think of, three key areas where we can have a very positive influence on tipping the scales in our favor. The first key area is your balance of movement and rest. Okay, this is very important, that there is a balance of movement and rest. We need to break up the amount of time that we spend sedentary, right? The human body was designed for lots and lots of movement. And so exercise, intentional exercise, has to start getting incorporated, even just little bits, incrementally, building towards being an active individual. At whatever level you are now, we can all make an improvement, right? And I love seeing, an individual set a timer, not sit as long. Just standing up and sitting down is step one, but then going out of our way to start adding maybe some more walking, getting a few more steps in every day. Incorporating strength exercise, incorporating exercise that challenges your cardiovascular system, that challenges your ability to balance. One of my favorite styles of exercise, because I feel like it just hits all the marks, is body weight. So not even necessarily using dumbbells or weights, but body weight, high intensity interval training. And my high intensity is different than your high intensity is different than the other guy's high intensity, right? So it's just pushing yourself to a higher level and doing bursts of moves with your own body. For example, squats or push-ups, very basic fundamental exercises, but you're using your own body weight. You're moving the joints in full ranges of motion, and challenging your systems of balance. When we just walk along on a treadmill on an even surface, or we sit and we do, a bench press in a machine, you're really not using the body in a natural, full range of motion way. So I prefer body weight type of exercises. One website that I'm constantly recommending is called HasFit, HASFIT.com, and there's all kinds of free workouts on there that, for every fitness level. So the next key area to focus on is looking at how we nourish our bodies. And we talk about this in many different classes, but we have to have, I just realized I forgot to talk about the rest. So I said balance of movement and rest, and that's really key, because exercising too much can actually be a damaging stress. When you exercise, you generate free radicals, which are wearing and tearing and causing damage in your body. So great sleep is crucial for keeping your body young and healthy. We do a whole class on that, so I urge you to look on our YouTube channel and check out the Sleep Matters class. And then now we can go into how we nourish our bodies. So again, we talk about this in other classes. I encourage you to poke around and look for some of the nutrition topics that we talk about. But so many foods that are just standard in our diet today are causing every cell in your body to be less healthy and to age more rapidly. Pretty much anything processed, made, and packaged for you has unhealthy oils in it. So all of our canola oils, vegetable oils, they're all omega-6 oils, and they're unhealthy and they are inflammatory. So they're aggravating all of the pain conditions that you have, and they are stressing your cells and aging your cells. So processed foods, sugar is just, weakening your immune system, it's aging your cells. So we've got to look to decrease these things and replacing them with the nature's anti-aging miracle antioxidants, right? So when we have from stress, from poor diet, from alcohol, from poor air quality, from the sun, from breathing, from exercise, oxidation happening in the body, that's causing damage to cells, like rusting. It's literally oxidizing. We need free radicals to defend. We need antioxidants to defend our cells from those free radicals that are generated. And nature provides us with those antioxidants most abundantly in vegetables and fruits, even some fun things like chocolate. But we need those antioxidants in our body in high amounts to counteract all the negative and all the oxidizing factors. I highly recommend supplementing with some extra antioxidants. OPC3 is my favorite. Turmeric is one of my favorites. I know that when I take these things, I'm just nourishing and helping my body handle all the stresses of everyday life. So we need to keep those things to a minimum, add good fats, minimize the processed things, like I said. I have a whole checklist here. If you would like to get this emailed to you or pick up a copy of it in the office, please just ask us for the New Year, New You checklist. And the last thing, the last key area, because we talked about balance of movement and rest, how we nourish our bodies, and the final key area is in our thinking and the way we handle stress. Right? So stress is a major player in aging us and breaking us down physically and emotionally. We always say, oh, it's just stress, but it really is far more than that. So I definitely urge you to go back into the archives on YouTube and look for all of the Don't Worry, Be Happy videos, because in all of those we talk about different stress management techniques and helping your body not be broken down by stress. And I mentioned the way we think. I want you to start catching yourself when you say things like, oh, I must be getting older, or oh, I have a bad hip, or I have a bad knee. The way we talk to ourselves and the words that we use with others are very powerful. So choosing those words carefully can change the way you experience your body and the way you experience your life. So, if you're having trouble with your knee, instead of saying, I have a bad knee, which makes it a permanent condition that, you own this bad knee, say, I'm having trouble with my knee lately. Or, saying something like, oh, I must be getting old, or, telling somebody, oh, don't get old. Try to catch yourself. When that starts to come out of your mouth, say, I'm working on building my health. I'm working on helping my body heal and repair. Switch it around. Those words are powerful, so don't let them trap you in something you don't want to be trapped in. So again, if you would like a copy of the checklist, please make sure you ask for it. We can email it to you or give it to you in person. I hope this was helpful, and I look forward to seeing all of you soon. Make sure you comment and let us know that you have attended, and we will be doing the drawing for last month. For all of those who attended, we have a gift card raffle going on, so make sure you get credit for attending the workshops. Have a fabulous night, and we'll see you soon.